is Grandmaster Bob Maschmeier from California, a 9th degree black belt in Kajukenbo. My teacher, Senior Grandmaster Joe Habuna, and representing Sigung Adriano Emperado. We came over here to teach a seminar for Abdul Latif and the Kajukenbo brothers in Kuwait. The instructors that came with me, I'll have them introduce themselves. We'll start with Professor Gary Deaver.
I'm Professor Gary Deaver, 8th degree black belt in Kajukenbo under Grandmaster Bob Maschmeier.
I'm Shihan Rob Gale. I'm under Great Grandmaster Wally J, Small Circle Jiu-Jitsu.
I'm Hans Ingebrigtsen. I'm the head of the Kuwait Lima Kempo system, and I'm also here representing the OHANA Martial Arts Association.
I am Paulino Martin, now under Grandmaster Bob Maschmeier Family-History-Message.
Very good. Okay. So this is a panel that's here to verify Paulino's promotion to 6th degree black belt in Kajukenbo. It's very important for him to have a family, a Kajukenbo family, and now he's become a member of my family. And I look at him as a new son. And along with Abdul Latif is also my son in Kuwait. Now I have a son in Spain. And I'm very proud and honored to have him in my family. So we're here also to certify that Paulino Martin is eligible to teach Kajukenbo any place in the world, okay, because he's now under my family, the Maschmeier Coast Karate Studio headquarters, and I authorize him to teach Kajukenbo any place in the world. And this is his certificate here that was presented to him at the seminars just a few days ago when we came over to teach that. So this is my recognition of his ability to teach, and we have this patch on here is Emperado, Habuna, Maschmeier, and Martin. And Abdul Latif has his, is Emperado, Habuna, Maschmeier, and say it for me.
Attitude.
Okay. So anytime any of my black belts have their own school, they automatically come in the family tree. And Abdul's a member of the family tree. Martin will be on the family tree representing Spain under Grandmaster Bob Maschmeier and Coast Karate Studio headquarters. Okay. And I think Professor Gary Deaver has a few words to say.
Yes, I would like to say that whenever someone is promoted, it's obviously important to look at their skill level and see them perform and see how well they're able to communicate what they do and execute what they do. And here at the seminar, we were able to see Sigung Paulino Martin perform. And he's an excellent technician, does a very good job at teaching and communicating to the students. And we're honored to and privileged to have him promoted to Sigung under Grandmaster Bob Maschmeier.
Okay, Hans?
I've been around some of what I consider to be some of the finest Kempo and Kajukenbo people around, and I've rarely seen a level of expertise like his, and I'm not just saying that. I'm used to, especially coming up under Shihan Russ Rhodes, he was always moving very fluidly and creating a lot of new things. I hope Shihan Rhodes would not mind if I say you remind me of how he moves.
Very good. And a few words from Professor Gale.
Agree also. I noticed it's very obvious that his skill is there. Speed and fluidity is there. And it's obviously well deserved that he has this new rank. And the ability to teach Kajukenbo is he's earned it.
Okay, we just want to mention a few things about the seminar that was taught in the last few days. It was very exciting, and you know, to get off of the plane at the airport and then go change clothes and go directly to Abdul's school and start teaching, and then teach until midnight, which was really fun because that's what we came over here for. We came over to teach, and the students were all there. They were ready to go, and a lot of just enthusiasm and energy. And we got the next day, we went over at 9 o'clock in the morning and taught till 9 o'clock at night. So we had 12 hours of teaching and just rotated the instructors and the enthusiasm from the students, and they learned so fast. And we were impressed with the technique that they had, and the ranks were from anywhere from white belt to yellow, purple, blue, green, brown, okay? And they were just incredibly great students and very knowledgeable, and their ability was very impressive, even for the very low-ranking students there. And we really enjoyed teaching, and let the other instructors talk about it too. But myself, when I get on the mat, it's like I absorb the energy from the mat, and we look at these students and trying to pass that energy on and our knowledge on to the students, and then we look at their teacher, Abdul, and say, wow, he really created such a great love for Kajukenbo with his students, and the family style that they have, even when they're not training, they're just like all relatives. So when I look at, and I told the other students this too the other night, that I'm the father. This is my Kuwaiti son, okay? So then I told all these students over there that they're my grandchildren, and they all kind of laughed, okay, because I'm such an old guy. So the same thing applies to Paulino in Spain, that he's like my son in Spain, and then his students that are under him are my grandchildren. So I protect my family, and I just want it to be known that these people are well respected and part of my family. Okay, so Professor?
Now, one of the things that I was really impressed with when we first arrived was just the discipline that was there among the students, the respect they had, for Sifu Abdulatif, and how they trained. They trained really hard, and that's what Kajukenbo is about, is training hard. You train strong to remain strong, and that's what I see in the students. They train hard, and they learn quickly, and they're very good. And it's a reflection of their instructor, Sifu Abdulatif. So I was very happy to see that, and honored to be here at this school.
Okay, Rob?
First thing coming out of the plane, a big group of his students came and welcomed us. OHANA was obvious. It was great to have this welcome at the airport. Coming into the dojo, same thing. The family is very strong here, and it was really good to see that. Skill and learning ability of the students, again, excellent. Everyone picked up on things very quickly. Obviously, they have had good instruction, and we really appreciate the level of skill. Even some of the students that only been there for a month were performing extremely well. So it's it's obvious that the instruction has been excellent, and we had a really good time and enjoyed the sharing and the camaraderie. So very happy to be here.
Okay.
Well, I can say I have kind of a stringent marker by how I judge martial artists. And the beginning point is how you treat your sensei. I've been incredibly impressed with how you treat Grandmaster Maschmeier. Not just with how the dojo is. You've heard me say I was very impressed with your people. But I am extremely impressed with how you treat your sensei. And that should be the beginning and the end point of your martial art career, right there. That says it all right there, and I'm extremely impressed with that. I'm also, like I said the other night in class, I've been around a lot, and this is one of the strongest clubs I've ever seen anywhere.
I agree.
One more thing. I've been in Kajukenbo for almost 45 years now, and there are some schools that profess to be super strong and better than other schools in that. But it shouldn't be that way. It should be that we're all the Kajukenbo family. I have my family under Grandmaster Mashmeier in the Coast Karate Studio headquarters. Other Grandmasters have their family tree, and we should respect that at all times. That if you're a member of another family tree, fine. If you're under Grandmaster Mashmeier, that should be respected also. But to have some black belt say that they train harder than say my people, that should never happen. And we should train, but it's all good training in Kajukenbo. Everything is meant to enhance the self-defense part. If I have a student that is not as aggressive or not as much animal instinct on the mat, but I know that in his heart that if somebody attacks his family, that he will fight like an animal to survive and protect himself and his family. That's the main thing in my mind. He may not perform well on the mat at the school, but I know that with his knowledge and ability, that if somebody attacks his family and pushes that button, that he will perform and take care of his family and himself. My motto is very basic. Train hard, be humble, and fight dirty. And when I say fight dirty, I mean if you get in a life and death situation, you should do whatever it takes to survive, and that's the ultimate goal for Kajukenbo practitioners, is to survive any kind of a violent altercation with an enemy. And I want to mention that the Kajukenbo Self-Defense Institute, KSDI, that I've been a member of KSDI and taught for them for almost 45 years. And I became involved in KSDI under Senior Grandmaster Joe Habuna for all these years. And now that he's gone, I represent Senior Grandmaster Habuna in everything. When I worked for Disney Wide World of Sports, I represented Kajukenbo worldwide, and the KSDI organization for Disney Wide World of Sports. Now, because I'm with KSDI, that automatically makes anybody in my family able to represent KSDI, Kajukenbo Self-Defense Institute, and Sifu Abdul and Sigung Paulino are representatives of myself, and they also represent Senior Grandmaster Habuna, and in turn they represent Sijo Imperato. So they are authorized under me to be in KSDI and teach Kajukenbo any place in the world, especially in Kuwait and also in Spain.
And I'm here representing the OHANA Martial Arts Association. I'm one of the founders, and I was a direct student of Professor Sid Kufroth, who was the main founder of it. And I'm here to welcome both Abdul Latif and Paulino to OHANA Martial Arts Association. And I think this will be a very fruitful association. We are not the biggest organization around. We look for quality people, and I can definitely say that's what I found here.
And I'm representing Small Circle Jiu-Jitsu and Combat Jiu-Jitsu, and I'm very happy that Abdul and his organization is joining my organization and our group. He'll be a school representing Small Circle School and Training in Small Circle Jiu-Jitsu, and his people also, and we're very happy to have him involved in our group. Thank you.
And I'm here to attest to and witness this promotion and the school here that he has. And I also am under Grandmaster Bob Maschmeier, representing KSDI Institute as well. So.
And I want to mention one other thing, that Professor Gary Deaver is my successor. I've dealt with cancer. I'm in my second bout with cancer now, and came close to dying a few times. And I want it to be known that Professor Gary Deaver will be my successor. So if anything happens to me, he will be the one to keep in touch with, and I trust him to carry on the Coast Karate Studio headquarters family.